Hi guys, Marcy here, and today I am going to tell you guys how to buy and sell things you no longer use in your house online for profit. I have been doing this for a lot of years now. I have had very good success with it over the years, and I also have 100% feedback on every app I use. There are a whole lot of things you can sell online, probably a whole lot more than you or even I realize. But some of the things you can sell online are clothing, accessories, shoes, beauty, skincare items, makeup items, jewelry. The list just goes on and on and on. And along with all of those items are a whole bunch of apps and websites that you can sell on. Although not every app is fit for every product, and that's where it can get tricky. But in this video, I am going to explain some of the top selling and buying apps to you guys, what they are, what they do, how you can work them, and what products work best for what apps. So if that is something you're interested in, keep on watching this video because I am going to give you guys the inside scoop to buying and selling all sorts of cool things online. The first website we're going to talk about, or app, is Vinted. Vinted is available on desktops and laptops. They also have apps for Apple and Android. So you can have Vinted literally anywhere you go, and Vinted is for specifically women's fashion and accessories. So clothes, shoes, purses and bags, sunglasses, hats, belts, socks, pants, anything like that is Vinted. It does cater more towards lower end clothing and accessories than higher end. You will find things like Forever 21, Rue 21, Wet Seal, American Eagle, Target, Walmart, anything like that you will find on Vinted. It's more catered to, middle school, high school girls, college students, people with not $1,000 to spend on a Louis Vuitton bag. There are other sites, and we will talk about those in a little bit, that are catered more towards those high-end designer products. But Vinted is great for your everyday, women's clothing, fashion, and accessory. I can't talk today. Clothing, fashion, and accessories. And the great thing about Vinted, at least for buying, is that you can tailor it to your size, your location, certain colors that you may want. So if I'm looking for a black shirt in a size extra large that's within 50 miles of my house, I can do exactly that. But yeah, so that's the first one. Vinted is by far my favorite one. It's where I started. It was the first site I started using, and I've had great success with it. Another thing I love about Vinted is they are the only selling app to have an active forum, and that is where you as a buyer or a seller can go. You can ask questions about buying and selling. You can post outfit of the day, makeup of the day, relationship advice, anything. Absolutely anything you want to talk about, you can look, post, and find on that forum. And it's really like a family. The customer service is amazing. The girls, I personally know and have met some of the girls that have put Vinted together, that actually helped create it, and they are just amazing. And Vinted is not only in the United States, it is worldwide. They have Vinted US, I believe Vinted Canada, Vinted France, Vinted Poland, Vinted Italy, just everywhere you can find it. Just type it into Google Play and whatever country you're in, and it will pop up for you. Next, we are going to talk about an app called PoshMark. And PoshMark is also either on desktop or on mobile devices. And PoshMark is Vinted's opposite, if you would say. PoshMark is also for women's fashion and accessories. However, PoshMark is more for the high-end fashion and accessories. So PoshMark is if you're a seller, where you would want to list your Prada, your Louis Vuitton shoes, your Celine, your Badgley Mishka. your Dior, that is where you want to list all of those items. Poshmark is catered more towards the higher end designer products. Poshmark is also really good for wholesalers or people that have a lot of the same thing. If you have a boutique or a whole lot of wholesale items like 200 shirts, 150 dresses, Poshmark is also very good for that. You will see a lot of closets on Poshmark of people that only sell jewelry, only sell shoes, only sell bathing suits, you know, and they're all similar in fashion, just different colors and different designs. Those are the wholesalers. There's nothing wrong with that. It's obviously how they make a profit, and they're usually very, very successful at it. So if you come across or you own some kind of wholesale lot and you don't know what to do with it all, especially if it's women's fashion and accessories, Poshmark is where you want to be for that. Just like Vinted, you can follow people, people can follow you, you can tailor it to your size, colors, brands, things of that nature. Okay, so to recap the first two we did, both are for strictly women's fashion and accessories. The first one we talked about was Vinted, where it's more of a lower type brands like your Wet Seal, your Forever 21s. Poshmark, which is its opposite, which is more for designer brands like your Louis Vuitton, your Prada, your Dior. Next, we are going to talk about two other sites. And the next one I want to talk about is strictly for children, and it is called Tots Spot. Totspot. I will link it here somewhere for you guys to see. Unfortunately, Totspot is only through apps. There is no desktop version of it. It is available on both Apple and Android, and like I said, it is strictly for things to do with children. The thing I really like about Totspot is that if you have multiple children, you can actually create specific profiles for each of them. So say my daughter is 2 and I have a stepson that's 12. I can create a profile for my daughter where I fill out, you know, her age, her shoe size right now, her clothing size right now, toys that are appropriate for her, things like that. And I can do the exact same thing for my 12-year-old stepson. And when I go to search for items as a buyer, I can get things, you know, specifically that will fit them or that, you know, is age appropriate for them and things of that nature, which is really, really nice, because then I'm not searching through like clothes for a 10-year-old when I don't have a 10-year-old, or toys for a 6-year-old and I don't have a 6-year-old, and that I think is really, really nice. Books, toys, bedding, you know, knickknacks and picture frame, anything you want that prevails to children, you can sell or buy on Totspot. It's basically the same as Vinted and Poshmark except for children. So the last site I want to talk about, I can't even really pronounce it. I don't even know how you're supposed to pronounce it. I believe it's MoreCarI, something like that. It's MERCARI. And on MoreCarI, you can list pretty much anything you want. It is, again, it's only an app. It is not available to view on a desktop or laptop. It is available in both Apple and Android, just like all the other ones are. And you can really just kind of list or buy whatever it is that you want. Men's fashion, women's fashion, children's fashion, electronics, home goods, beauty and makeup. The list is endless, like truly endless. However, I have been using this app for quite a while now, and the only things I am really seeing success in, at least from a selling standpoint, is makeup and like beauty products and electronics. So if you want to use this app to sell shirts and shoes and hats and stuff like that, I really don't think this is what you want. There's just too much of it. There's too many people trying to sell too much of the same thing, and it's just not working. However, things like makeup and electronics sell off this app like hotcakes. You would not believe the amount of makeup and electronics that people are buying off of the MoreCarI app. For electronics, computers, laptops, cell phones, any kind of accessory to go along with that. Anything like that sells on this app. Drugs, any kind of makeup is selling on this app like you would not believe. And as for buying makeup, if you are someone and you really want to start getting into high-end makeup, but you can't really afford it, this is a great app to start looking to buy high-end makeup at a discounted price. MoreCarI is great for any kind of drugstore or high-end makeup and electronics from a selling standpoint. It's also, like I said, great to buy those things. The only issue I have with MoreCarI is, unlike the other sites that I talked about, Vinted, PoshMark, Tots Spot, they all have a commission. That means that if you sell something that's, say, usually it's 20% commission. So let's say you sell something on any of those three apps and you listed it for $20. Out of the $20, they will take a 20% commission or a 19% commission, meaning out of the $20, you will only get $16 back. MoreCarI does not have a commission, so whatever you sell it for is what you are getting back. So if you sell something for $10, they will give you the whole $10 back. But there is a flip side to that, and the flip side to that is that they have literally zero customer service. Therefore, if something goes wrong, the chances of you being dealt with in a timely manner is non-existent. And what I mean by that is, say something happens, say you buy something and the person never sends it to you and you never get it and you're out that money, you contact MoreCarI's customer support. It will literally take 1 to 2 months for them to get back to you. And it's happened to me, so I can tell you that. And it's happened to me numerous times on that site where I bought something and the person just disappeared. I never got it, and it took me 2 months to get my money back because they're not making anything by people posting and selling on that site. They're not making a commission. Therefore, they do not have the proper customer service or support or team or whatever it is that you want to call it to help the people that are using that site. This is a known issue with that app. Therefore, there are a lot of scammers on that site that will list something and they just never ship it out, or they don't even have it and they're just pulling Google images and listing these brand new Mac laptops for a quarter of the price that they're selling for new, and they don't even really have it and they're just trying to steal money. Now, you will, if you purchase it, you will actually get that money back from MoreCarI if you can prove your case. It's just the amount of time it will take to resolve that problem is way too long. If you have any kind of problem on Vinted or Totspot or PoshMark, usually any issue you have is resolved in 3 to 7 days. On MoreCarI, it's 2 months. 2 months. Yes, MoreCarI is great for selling because there is no commission, and it's great for selling and buying because there's so many things on there that you can sell. It's not just women's fashion. It's not just children's items. It's everything. But the problem with MoreCarI is scammers, counterfeit items, and yes, in case you don't realize, there is counterfeit makeup. There's counterfeit iPhones. There's counterfeit everything. Bags, whatever. If it's worth anything, there is a counterfeit available. And the problem with MoreCarI a lot of the time is the scammers that are selling things and either not shipping them out, or they never even had it to ship out in the first place, or the people selling counterfeit items and passing them off as real. And like I said, this is an unfortunate part of buying and selling online. It can happen on any site. It's just that it happens more often on the MoreCarI site than any other site. And that is because of the lack of, a support team or customer service team to help you. I'm not saying not to buy and sell on that site. I'm just saying be knowledgeable about whatever it is that you're looking for. And that is it. Those are the 4 main apps I wanted to talk to you guys about. Like I said, they are all good for buying and selling. And if you guys want any more information on any of these, just let me know in the comments down below. Or I would be more than happy to make, separate videos on how to buy and sell on any of the apps that I talked about in this video. And I will link all of my information for all of these selling apps, so you guys feel free to look or follow me on any of those apps, and I will be happy to address, again, any questions, comments, anything like that that you guys have. That's all I have for today. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.